Having me. So, like Tina said, my name's Christine Jennings. I've been a nurse midwife for 20 years, which is crazy to think about. And I actually got started in this industry about 11 years ago when I was actually pregnant with my twins. And I thought, it did not come easy for us to get pregnant, and we had to go through multiple rounds of infertility treatments, which, if anybody's gone through that, they know it's super expensive, and thought, why not make some extra money to help pay for our babies? And then I just fell in love with the industry. So I'm going to share my screen real quick, and here we go. So we can get into what we are here to talk about. So what if you could turn your wellness routine and your social media scroll into a paycheck? So how many of you spend time scrolling social media every day? If you scroll social media every day, drop a one in the comments. And if you're not making any money, drop a two in the comments, because we need to get you making money. So, I came for the products, but the income opportunity here has been amazing. And so here's just a picture of me. These are my results with Glow. Glow is actually what I came for. That is our collagen, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. But between Glow, Enrich, and Transform, along with clean eating and healthy habits, working out, I've been able to lose 25 pounds and maintain it, give or take a couple pounds here or there, with our daily health system. And so the company we're talking about is called Trinot, and that means to change lives. It's a French word that means to change lives. And our mission statement is to impact 1 billion lives for good in the first 30 years. And so you can see here, we won the Gold Stevie Award, which is a very prestigious award. We were up against hundreds of different companies, and we won this for the best health system. So all of our products are paraben-free, gluten-free. There are no harmful colors, dyes, fragrances. We follow GMP practices and FDA regulations to ensure everything is safe. So, Tina, I'm going to let you talk more about this because you've had some really amazing results with this.
Absolutely. I love to talk about this system because it was this system that changed my entire life. I had lost about 80 pounds and I got stuck. I couldn't get the scale to move anymore. And by all accounts, I was doing all the right things. I was going to the gym. I was working out with a trainer. I was eating right most of the time. And so it just didn't make sense why the scale wouldn't move. What I didn't know was it had everything to do with my overall metabolic health. Now you may be thinking to yourself, well, that's a real fancy word, ma'am. What does that even mean? Your metabolic health is made up of five things. It is your blood pressure, your blood sugar, your waist circumference, your triglycerides, and your cholesterol levels. And so this is what this system actually addresses. When Christine just told you a while ago that this won the Gold Stevie Award, really, that's like the Oscars of the supplement world. And the reason it won the award, simply put, is it does everything that I'm about to tell you that it does. And so one of the products in here is literally revolutionary. It converts carbs and sugars into soluble fiber in your gut before it hits your bloodstream. So why is this so powerful? Well, 97 million Americans are insulin resistant and pre-diabetic, and they're absolutely unaware of it. Typically, they don't even figure it out until they have a full-blown type 2 diabetic diagnosis. And then another 34 million Americans are already type 2 diabetic. So the real problem we are faced with is carbohydrates and sugar. As a matter of fact, when your insulin levels are high, when your blood sugar is high, your body cannot burn fat. So if we convert those carbs and sugars into fiber in your gut before it hits your bloodstream, it keeps your blood sugars levels lower and then forces your body to burn fat for fuel. Plus, it's got a super powerful thermogenic in it as well. As you can see, if you're on here on the Zoom portion of this watching, you are seeing people in the comments talking about losing weight, getting their blood pressure under control. There's just so many incredible testimonies that you can hear from people who are getting just real life-changing results using this product. And then the second product in this bundle is our Activate. Activate is absolutely life-changing. How many of you are watching right now and you've heard of the weight loss shots that are out there? They've been all the rage. As a matter of fact, it was like a $47 billion industry last year alone. It's expected to be at 606 billion in the next 10 years. Why am I telling you that? Because the GLP-1 movement is here and it is here to stay. Now, the one thing about those shots is this. Anytime you give your body anything synthetic, it then tells your brain, we don't need to produce this anymore. As a matter of fact, most people aren't even aware that GLP-1 is a hormone in your body that you produce. But over time, our bodies, like in all areas, stop producing as much of it. And so what happens when people take the shot is the reason that they find themselves struggling when they come off is when they come off of the shot, 2/3 of the people gain back all the weight that they lost and even more because they have no exit strategy. So whether you're on the shot or you're not on the shot, you are going to want this system because this product right here is a natural plant-based product that tastes like a tropical paradise. It's a delicious drink, and it's going to activate your GLP-1 hormone, which is going to make you feel fuller faster and longer. It's also going to quiet that food noise. Then it's going to activate your AMPK. Now, if you're like me, I didn't even know I had an AMPK to activate, but you in fact do. And when it's activated, let me tell you about two things that it does. One, it then sends a signal to your brain for your body to burn fat for fuel, and it specifically targets your midsection. Also, when your AMPK is activated, your body can't store fat. Like, that is all they had to tell me, and I was putting this thing on auto ship for the rest of my life. And then number three, this also has ingredients in it that are going to help lower your cortisol levels. When your cortisol is high, inflammation in your body is going to be high. Now, if you'll just flip over to that next slide, this is a couple of before and after pictures, one of them being me and one of them being my very good friend, Kathy Parker. But as you can see, in October 2023, I was stuck. I was very, very stuck, and I was very, very inflamed and puffy. And then after getting on this system, not only did I go from about 158 to 160 pounds, and got down to 131, but the inflammation came off of my body, and I've literally never felt better in my life. Go ahead, Christine. Oh, you're muted.
I was muted. I was also going to add on with Kathy. So you can see she didn't have a ton of weight to lose, but the other thing she was struggling with was high blood pressure. And when she got on the system, she had amazing results in bringing down her blood pressure. So it 100% helps with that. These are some other before and afters. You can see we've got all shapes and sizes here who've had amazing results. Our good friend Emily has, didn't really have weight to lose, but she's increased her muscle definition like exponentially. Like she's put on like so much more muscle. Tia down here in the corner has had amazing results with the DHS. So the next one we're going to talk about is called our Glow Collagen. So this has been kind of our flagship product. When Tina and I joined, that was one of the things that I was looking for in a company was the collagen because I was struggling with my knees. I'd actually texted one of the physicians I work with whose husband was an orthopedic surgeon and said, I may need Ron because my knees are killing me. And within a month of starting the collagen, my knee pain was gone. So it helped tremendously. My hair is longer than it's ever been. I actually think I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna get it cut when I go back at the end of this month because it's almost to that point where I'm like, my hair's finally long. But it's a type 1 bovine liquid collagen. So it's a medical grade collagen. We actually got the formulation from our burn unit and added in our superfruits, our biotin, the hyaluronic acid. So it's also good for hair, skin, nails. But this is the one that really targets the joints. The slide we don't have is we also have a marine tripeptide collagen. It's called Glow M. That's just a fancy way of saying it's smaller molecules so your body can absorb it faster. But Glow M means it's a marine collagen. So that really is good for hair, skin, and nails. And it comes in a powder and a liquid form. I love the powdered. It's a white grape. You can mix it in with your Activate. The two together taste like a Jolly Rancher. It is delicious. So, Tina. Oh, and here's some before and afters. So you can see amazing results with hair growth, skin, helping with the appearance of scars, fine lines and wrinkles. Like people have had amazing results with this.
Absolutely. And this is one of my favorite products that I didn't expect to be my favorite product. It's also our number 2 selling product. And the reason being, simply put, it literally changes your gut health. And if you did not know, your gut and your brain are connected through the vagus nerve. And if your gut health is off, quite literally everything is going to be off. So let me just name some things that are related to your gut health. Your serotonin, your happy hormone, is produced in your gut. Your GLP-1, that is where it's coming from. If you are struggling with autoimmune issues, if you are struggling with mental health issues, if you are struggling with the inability to sleep or to stay asleep or feeling sluggish during the day, just feeling like, oh, why do I feel so yucky? If you are having bathroom issues, tummy issues, skin issues. I want you to think about, like, for me, I was in my late 40s. Why am I breaking out like a teenage boy? All of that is related to your gut health. And so, what this product does is it breaks down the fats, the carbs, the sugars, and the proteins that we eat so that our bodies can absorb the nutrients we need from it and get rid of what we don't. It also is going to support healthy bowel regularity. So many people are not healthy in that area, and that makes all the difference for you. Plus, it's got some chelated minerals in it, a pre and a probiotic in it, which is going to get your microbiome back in check. Interesting fact, if you take antibiotics twice in a 12-month period, you're 40 times more likely to develop anxiety and depression simply because when you take an antibiotic, not only does it get rid of the bad bacteria, but it also gets rid of the good bacteria. And so you need a good pre and probiotic to keep you in check. It's going to help you have more comfort when you eat your meals. It is just truly a life-changing product. If you're on the Zoom version of this or watching this live, just let us know in the comments below how this amazing product has helped you. All I know is it is in every room of my house, in my purse, in my car. I simply will not go anywhere without it because I had my gallbladder removed in 2021. And after that, I thought all my problems were going to be solved. We got rid of the angry gallbladder, except I got some new issues, and they were called bathroom issues, friends. And I don't know if you've ever been out to dinner or at a friend's house and you had your along came Polly moment in the bathroom. That, my friends, was me, but every single time. Why? Because the gallbladder was no longer there to do its job. Thank God for Enrich, because now that I have Enrich, that is no longer an issue for me, and we do not have to worry about flushing hand towels down the toilet any longer. Go ahead, Christine. I hope you're muted again, Christine.
I just need to leave myself unmuted. I just don't want to hear anybody, although my house is quiet. But our next product is our clear protein. So this is one of our new products that we are all in love with. I didn't know how much I would love it and didn't know how much I needed this in my life until now. So this is a clear whey protein. So it's not a shake, it is a drink. So it's a strawberry drink. It looks exactly like it looks in that picture. It is 90 calories. So it's a great pre-workout, great snack, and has 20 grams of protein. We also have what's called Clear Plus, which has caffeine in it. So it has 120 milligrams of green tea extract. It also has L-theanine in it. So because the L-theanine is paired with it, it doesn't give you that caffeine jitters like you can get with just your traditional caffeine. So I drink this usually twice a day. I usually have the regular Clear in the morning, and then I have a Clear Plus in the afternoon when I need a little extra pick-me-up. But if you are looking to lose weight, build muscle, protein is so important. And so many women, especially, are not getting enough protein. So you should be aiming for 1 gram of protein for pound of ideal body weight. So if you're 150 pounds, you should be getting 150 grams of protein. Most women simply are not doing that. So aiming for 20 to 30 grams of protein with each meal, and then like 10 to 20 grams with each snack is going to help you to reach those protein goals. And it tastes so, so good. All right, next up is our creatine, and it's not just any creatine. So this is our cognitive creatine. And what makes this special is we have what's called alpha GPC and sage extract. Those two have been clinically shown to help with memory, focus, brain health. So creatine is really important for building muscle recovery, but also important for bone health and brain health. And because we have those two extra things, it gives us that extra cognition piece. Now, I was taking creatine for a year prior to us coming out with creatine and really didn't see a ton of difference in terms of like the focus and things. I was starting to see some muscle definition stuff, but when I started taking this, the focus, the brain fog, like it's so like it really does help with all that memory and that brain health. And so every person, I don't want to say every woman because I don't want to single out the men, sorry, Erin. But every person should be taking this because it's so good to help, ward off. Now, we don't ever claim to cure, treat, prevent anything like that, but if you can ward off Alzheimer's and dementia and those kinds of things, anything you can do for brain cognition is going to help you. And that does all of that. We have it in unflavored, and then we have the Orange Dream, which is delicious. And I often will mix both this with the clear protein. I do the orange or the unflavored because all of our things mix really, really well together and they just taste like tropical drinks. So I can't say enough good things about them. All right, Tina, I'll let you take this one.
Oh, I love
It's
to
your
talk about this
favorite.
one. It is. We were actually just talking about this before we jumped on here.
Sure,
And
mine is making the world tour of the Southeast.
yes, the USPS is giving the For Her a world tour this week, apparently in southern United States.
Yes.
But guys, this right here was a product that I'm just going to be really completely honest with you. I was a little bit skeptical about, like, oh, so a little pill here is going to fix all these issues I got going on in my late 40s, almost 50. It just didn't seem realistic. It really didn't. And on top of that, I did not know that there are over 100 symptoms related to perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. As a matter of fact, I didn't even realize that this started in my 30s. I had no idea some of the things I was dealing with were related to what this would solve for me. Now, being here in this company for as long as I have and being a top leader here, I get the luxury of testing products. And so they gave it to me to test. And guys, let me just tell you, I did not know that the anxiety I was experiencing was from my symptoms. I did not know that my severe dry eyes were symptoms of my perimenopause. I did not know that the pain I was experiencing in my hip was related to my perimenopause symptoms. Of course, I knew the hot sweat, the night sweats, and the hot flashes were all a part of that. Like those are the given signs, right? I just didn't know all those other things were a part of that. And here's what I can tell you: within 1 week of being consistent, taking 2 of these every single morning, every symptom I have is gone. And guys, it wasn't just like it was a little bit. Like I was using eye drops 4 and 5 times a day. My eyes would get so dry that my eyes would be blurry. I couldn't even see. My anxiety had gotten to the point over the last couple of years that I had to go get on an anti-anxiety medication, and I would white knuckle it most of the time. And I just couldn't figure out why I was having this anxiety. By all accounts, my life was great. And so it just didn't make sense. And then the hip pain. I'll be honest, I thought the hip pain came from whenever I'm at events and I wear high heels. And most of the time I am in leggings and tennis shoes. I was like, well, my hips just don't like high heels anymore. Like that is what I thought was wrong. Come to find out, it was absolutely all of those symptoms. It's got some incredible, incredible ingredients in it. One of them being ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is an adaptogen, which means that it is going to adapt to each person and give each person what they need from this product. And then it has the Estro G100, which is a blend of Chinese herbs. And all I can tell you is I just wish I would have had this in my 30s because it probably would have saved a lot of other people. My husband now claims that I am a nicer person since being on this, and make sure that we keep this stock and I'm taking it. Now, I would imagine I am nicer because my anxiety is gone. My eyes don't feel like that they're going to pop out of my head from being so dry, and my hip isn't driving me crazy, and I'm not sweating to death when I sleep and then waking up freezing from being soaking wet. So I would imagine I am a much nicer person now. But all that being said, if you are watching this and you've gotten a result using this, could you please let us know in the chat section what your results have been? Because for me, they've truly been life changing. All right, let's talk about where you can see more incredible results. And not just from me and Christine and Aaron and Andrea, but we have a testimony group called the Look Good, Feel Good group. And as you can see here, there's so many different things that people have experienced and issues they've had solved for them by using the incredible products that you've heard us talk about tonight. And then there's so many others we didn't even dive into tonight that are just absolutely life changing. So if you want to see more people using these products, plus we're doing a giveaway. Remember that product that I talked about, the Transform, that converts carbs and sugars into fiber? You can get in our group and be a part of that giveaway. There's still a few more days. We're going to be giving that away at the end of this month. But in this testimony group, you are just going to be blown away by the number of people who are getting life-changing results using plant-based, natural alternatives. And it's truly just remarkable what's happening for people.
All right, so people are buying online. We are living in an online world. Like, when's the last time you've been to the mall? Do you even go to the mall? If you go to the mall, drop mall in the comments. I can't even tell you the last time I've been to the mall. People are buying online. So why should they not be buying from you? So you are essentially getting your own online franchise. You're basically your wellness boutique online. So you're partnering with a proven brand. You're not having to create your own products. You get a duplicatable system. We have plug and play systems just like Dunkin' Donuts and McDonald's. We've got the system we plug you into. You can earn from product sales, which we get paid on weekly. You can also build a team, and that's where you can really get that leverage residual income. And you don't have to, we don't carry inventory. I sold LuLaRoe for a couple years and never again. I still have LuLaRoe things in my basement. If anyone would like LuLaRoe, just drop me a message. I can send you some mommy and me legging sets. I still got some things down there. Carrying inventory is awful. We don't have to do that. So you can monetize your social media with the done for you system. So we've got the social proof with the Look Good Feel Good group. And then for those sciencey people, we have our Trinot Go app. So you can send any information you want. There's product data sheets, the PDFs, there's different videos in there on products, opportunity, comp plan info, anything you could want is in that Trinot Go app. And that all comes for free when you join the business. You don't have to pay for that app. That's an app that comes when you join the business. So let's talk about the products real quick. So you can make a commission on every product you sell. So if it's under $40, you make $7. If it's over $40, you make $10. So the daily health system that Tina was talking about, our Activate and Transform, is actually 2 products. So you would make $20 when you sell that system. And we get paid those customer commissions every single week. And then we have our Drive to Jade bonus and our Jeep bonus program. So when you hit our first rank of Jade, this is what's the amazing, is most companies, you have to hit maybe the 4th, 5th, 6th rank before you are able to get that car bonus. You can get a Jeep at your very first level. I have a Jeep. Tina has a Jeep. Tina actually has 2 Jeeps. Because Donnie loves the Grand Wagoneer, and so they have 2 Jeeps. But once you hit that Jade, which is simply sponsoring 2 people in your business, having 100 personal volume, and getting 1,300 points of group volume, you can get a Jeep. And if you actually go to jeepearners.com, you can see all the people who have Jeeps. This is Tina and Donnie with their 2 Jeeps. So you can get either $350 or $500 a month based on your rank. So at the first 2 ranks in the company, you get $350. At Pearl and above, you get $500 a month just to have a Jeep. You put the Trinot stickers on there and you get paid that every single month. And then this here is a picture of just a small part of our team who has Jeeps. And like I said, if you go to jeepearners.com, you can see all the people. There's me, I'm up there in the top. So many people have their Jeeps. We love our Jeeps. It's a huge, and the reason they did Jeeps, and so I get people who ask me like, why is it a Jeep? Because it has such a high residual value and resale value. And our company actually started as a wealth company before it was a health company, or before it was a health and wealth. So it's because you have such a good value, and that's why you get the Jeep. So, all right, Tina, I'll let you do the incentives. Quick start.
All righty. I love to talk about this part of it because I was the biggest hater of you all. I'm sure some of you are on here tonight and you're a little bit skeptical about the thing your friend invited you to watch. And I was the same way. As a matter of fact, when my very sweet friend that I'd known since I was 5 years old, Jolie, reached out to me about the opportunity, I said, not only am I not doing it, I'm a little bit embarrassed that you are. Could you please quit? Because that's genuinely how I felt, because I thought that you people should have real jobs, those 9 to 5 ones. Except over the next 18 months, I watched people who were normal, everyday people, and they were spending their days how they wanted to with their children and with their grandchildren. And all I knew was my children were getting to the ages that grandchildren were a real possibility. And suddenly they didn't look so crazy. I did, because I didn't have any time freedom whatsoever in the job I had. It was a great job. I actually loved the job and I was really good at the job, but it owned me. I owned none of my time. And so that is what made me take a really hard look at this opportunity. And all I can say is my only regret is that I waited those 18 months while I was being silly skeptical when I could have been earning an income from my phone. So let's talk about some of the quick start incentives that are available when you partner with us. We have our launch bonuses that get paid out weekly. They're anywhere from $25 to $100. Our customer commissions are also paid out weekly. We have our Run to Jade bonus, which we are so incredibly proud of, and how many people we've helped earn this bonus. I'm going to introduce you to a couple of people here in just a minute that have earned those. And then we have $19,000 in additional bonuses that you can earn in your first 9 months of being partnered with us, on top of our already very lucrative compensation plan. So here is what this looks like. Run to Jade. We're going to get your business off to a fast start and help you earn a $500 bonus. As a matter of fact, if you are Jade or above and you're on here with us right now, can you just put that in the chat, and can you just let us know what that money has helped you with? First step, we're going to help you enroll your first Trinot associate. We're going to help you get your first rank advancement to that rank of Jade within your first 30 days, and you are going to get that $500 bonus. Now, those builder bonuses that I was just telling you about, what's really crazy cool about these is you get 9 months to earn them all, and they're cumulative, meaning you can get, if you did them all in 30 days, they would pay out $19,000 to you on the 10th of the following month whenever they pay out bonuses. But the volume that is attached to these, if you're an experienced marketer, then you'll understand this lingo. And if you're not, just ignore me for a few seconds, okay? But this is cumulative volume, meaning over your first 90 days, if you get 6,000 in volume, 2,000 can come from month 1, 2,000 can come from month 2, and 2,000 can come from month 3. As long as you get some form of 6,000 points of volume in those first 90 days, they're going to give you a $1,000 bonus. And then the next section is 18,000 in volume, 60,000 in volume, and 120,000 volume over 90 days. And these bonuses will stack. It is absolutely incredible. I've never seen anything like it in this industry, and it's so life-changing for so many people. Now, the accelerator bonus, we actually just launched this so that our existing associates who are in the company have a bonus they can run for every single month. And it's super simple. You would personally sponsor 7 customers or associates. It can be a mix of both. They don't care how you get them and what way they come in. But when you do that with a minimum of 1,200 in group volume, you will get a $500 bonus. I actually got this one this month, and I'm just so proud of that. And it's really, I love goals. I love to have a goal in front of me to go after. And so this one is a really, really fun goal to run after. Now, this is the part of the compensation plan. When I seen this, I literally couldn't sleep at night. And so let me just explain a little bit what this means. This box here that you see on the right that has that red rectangle around it, I want you to look at those numbers. That is the amount of money that you make at that rank per month. This isn't a guesstimate. This is not an estimate. This isn't the average annual monthly income. None of that lingo exists here. When you hit the rank, that is how much money that you are going to make that month. So what I want you to do for just a moment is I want you to look at these numbers and which one of them would change your life right now. And what would you do with that income? For me, all I knew was when I seen this was there was a whole lot of people that I knew that I could help inside of a compensation plan like this. If they knew how much money they were going to make at a certain rank, then we could run for that rank to get them there and help them earn that specific amount of money. I am a red diamond and a diamond inside of this compensation plan. You can also double dip, as we like to call it. So my husband has an account. He has a diamond account here. Now, he doesn't technically work this business, but he earns a paycheck because I'm already doing the building. It's no more work for me to add that additional line with his name on it for us to get that additional paycheck. And as you can see, an additional $17,000 a month is not a bad second paycheck. Now, here is the game plan. This is really what we hone in on when you partner with us. Our goal is to help you make over $1,000 in your first 30 days of being partnered with us. And so this is the breakdown of that. We're going to help you launch 3 of your own team members, and you can earn anywhere from $75 to $300 in launch bonuses. We just kind of went middle of the road and said $150. We're being very conservative in this estimate, okay? Then, on average, average, the newest person that comes into business with us will get anywhere between 2 and 10 customers. Those commissions are going to vary depending on what people purchase from you, but that can be anywhere from $150 to $200. Then that run to Jade bonus you've heard me mention more than once is $500. The rank pay at the rank of Jade is $250. And just like Christine was sharing with you about those Jeep bonuses, there's a $350 Jeep bonus. If you decide you want to participate in our car program, you can, and you can get that bonus totaling $1,450 in literally 30 days of being partnered with us in business. This right here is what I seen, and I could not unsee it because never had I seen anything like it in this industry. Now, I want to bring up a few of my friends to share with you this evening. First, I'm going to introduce you to my friend, Erin Hedges. Erin partnered with us on March the 6th of this year. Okay, of this year, like just last month, just March 6th last month. And not only has he gotten the Run to J bonus and an accelerator bonus, he's also already gotten 2 levels of the builder bonus, totaling over $4,000 in just builder bonuses alone. 5,000 if actually his wife's account got run to Jade too. And I believe she's already gotten an accelerator. I can't even keep up anymore. I bet he's at 5 figures already that he's earned inside of this compensation plan. And he is no stranger to this industry at all, but he came from another place and was stuck for a little while. So I'm going to let him share whatever is on his heart with you tonight about how incredible what he has found in Trinot is. Take it away, Aaron.
Thank you. I'm having a blast. I have been in the industry a while, and I've seen the ups and downs of the industry. I've seen companies go up. I've seen them go down. I've seen them do some pretty shady things. So when it came time to come to Trinant, we were super. I was super excited. My wife wasn't super excited. I don't know if you know anybody that wants to quit the network marketing profession after a few years, but it happens to a lot of people. And I can say that this company and this excitement and this time in our lives with this company, with these leaders, with these people, that I'm dragging people out of retirement. That's the kind of excitement that is happening over here. I've got I know Jane's watching over there. I'm gonna call her out. Hey, Jane. So Jane is 81 years old, and she's hit the second rank in a company already, right? So I'm a big underdog person. Like, so I know that people that are rock stars, right? They can do their thing. But when somebody that's that maybe isn't expected to be a rock star, I like watching those people rise because they just get so excited. Jane gets so excited, and I get excited when she gets excited. And the other thing I get excited about is when I'm introducing like that daily health system and that and enrich to people. I sell those like candy. And the reason I get excited about it is because I watch people that have never had success before with a weight loss product. They never had success with their health before. And all they're doing is simply taking the system on a consistent basis, and they're seeing weight loss for the first time. They're not necessarily changing anything. They're just committing to taking the supplements and doing the thing. The other thing I like about all of this and what makes it easy for me to hit these ranks is that these products are for everybody, right? So Jane's 81, right? And I've got people of all ages. My kid, my son loves this stuff. It's hip, right? Clear protein is hip. It's a hip thing. But these products are helping people that normally can't take products. Have you ever taken a product that made your heart beat out of your chest before? I've had those. I'm super sensitive to things like that. I didn't even want to get in this industry because I didn't want to take anything like that. But my father, I'm going to tell this really short story. My father died at 63 years old, and he died way too soon. And I was right on track to go right along with. I'm going to be 63 in 9 years, basically. So that's not very long. My dad didn't get to he didn't get to meet my wife of 20 years. He didn't get to meet my son. He didn't get to meet his great grandson. He didn't get to do any of that stuff. So when I changed my health and my life, and I was very a stickler about what I put in my body, once I started changing that, I was able to save my life and lose 70 pounds. And I'm able to pay that forward to anybody that wants to see their kids grow up, see their kids, their grandkids, all of those things. And I'm just so happy that we have products that are so clean, like the cleanest I've ever seen ever in my life. And they're working because it's not jacking you up to be a crazy person. So it's a product that does those three products that you mentioned have zero caffeine in them, the daily health system and the enrich. So if somebody takes those things and you're worried about, being on this and being on that, they're very natural, and it's helping people get off of those things because that's what we want. We don't want people to have to be on things, right? Doctors are great people if you got to sew your arm back on, if you get your arm cut off, but they're not people that are really versed in nutrition very well. They don't go to school very long for nutrition. So most of the time, the people that you're going to see on these screens, they know more about nutrition than they do. And the people that are on the screen want to see you get healthy the right way. So I want to see you guys. I want to see everybody flourish, and I'm just so happy that I can share this opportunity with my friends and my family, and and make a whole lot of money doing what I love to do, which is help people. So thank you for that, Tina.
I love that so much. Oh my goodness gracious. And it's been such a blessing to watch you lead. It's just been so special. You're just an incredible leader to your team, and they're so blessed by you. All of us are actually. So I'm so excited you found your way here. Next up, I have my very, very sweet friend, Andrea Carver, who, by the way, I'm just going to be frank, she's a little nervous about being on here and chatting with you guys, but she said yes. She wanted to share her story with you guys tonight. She partnered with me February 1st of this year. Her and I have something in common. We love Disney. And so she found some of my silly little Disney videos that I do over on the TikTok, and we became fast friends. And she literally, all she's done is just what I've told her to do and followed the system that we have in place. Not only has she earned the first level of the builder bonus, she's also earned the accelerator bonus. She has earned the run for Jade bonus. She has ranked and ranked and ranked in this compensation plan. And this comes from literally a woman who lives in a teeny tiny town in Kentucky. I'm talking most of the time when I'm FaceTiming this woman, the service isn't even hardly good enough for us to do that. Okay. And
We
she
have
has
one
found a
red
way.
light.
She has found a way to help people with their health and with their wealth. And I'm just excited for you guys to get to hear her version of the story. So, Andrea, why don't you share with them what your experience has been like so far and what one of your favorite products is?
Well, like Tina said, I mainly joined for the money. My daughter has had three miscarriages and three failed artificial inseminations. And when they said in vitro fertilization, IVF was her only option, then I said whatever it took, whatever it takes, I'm going to do it. So I had watched Tina for over a year, and I signed up and I started advertising. I didn't know what kind of products I was, getting into, but I thought, well, I better try them to see. I can't sell something that I've never tried. And I dropped over 35 pounds, over 20 inches, and I feel incredible. And I don't know that I'll ever go a day without them. And I want everybody, I can scream from the rooftops. I want everybody to have these products. I would say that my favorite product is Activate, although I just received Dr. Tan's book in the mail today, and I'm only on page 4, and now I think I've been taking Renew, but I'm going to take it way more now. So, but yeah, I'm
I
so
love
glad to
that.
be here, and I wanted to puke when Tina asked me, but you can't tell Tina no. Like, she's one of them people you just can't tell no. So, so here I am.
I thank you for sharing that and being vulnerable about your daughter. I know how much your family means to you. She actually, her other daughter just had her third son, and so she is in the thick of the grandma stage, and so we also have that in common. But it's just truly remarkable what can happen when you just decide to take a chance on maybe something a little different, so that you can get a different result. And so, thank you for getting on, even though you're nervous. How many of you heard something Aaron or Andrea said, and it just stuck with you? You were just like, yep, that right there. Christine, what's our next slide?
Let me. Ooh,
Oh, now we're checking her emails.
now
Target's
you're
got
gonna
a
see my
deal.
email. Hold on a second. Let's go back.
Hey, listen, here's the truth of the matter. None of us are super tech savvy. So if we can do this, truly
Oh my goodness. Here we
anyone
go.
can.
Here we go. We're back. We're back. You don't want to see my emails. It's a bunch of junk anyways.
All
All
right,
right.
guys, it's actually not just a business, it's a movement. There is so many things that make this culture and community incredible. One of them being that you are going to be surrounded by dreamers and doers, probably very different than the group of people that you're probably used to being around, maybe in your job. You can also earn incredible trips. I'm actually getting ready to leave to go to the Dominican Republic here in just a few weeks. I actually joke that I should get dual citizenship in Mexico because Trinot has sent me to Mexico so many times. I've been on a cruise with them, earned a trip to Thailand with them. I've been to Mexico multiple times with them and headed to the Dominican Republic this month, and then currently working towards a trip to Croatia. And here's what's really cool. It's an even playing field. Whenever they announce these trip incentives, everyone has the opportunity to earn them. And it's literally just based on the things that we do day in and day out to grow our business. And then if you're thinking to yourself, well, that's great, but I don't know how to do any of this. You do not have to worry. We have the most incredible systems in place. When you come in, it's plug and play and around the clock support, whether it's through our website that we have built out for the team, whether it's through the boards app, our Telegram channels, our chats that we have for the team. You are going to find a place where you can fit in and ask the questions that you need to help you have the success that you want in your business. Here's
So
some
this
more
is
of
just
the beautiful pictures. Why don't you tell them about these pictures, Christine? Because this you put together and it's just beautiful.
yeah, I mean, this just shows you just kind of a little piece, a little glimpse of the team culture and the number of trips we've done. So up in the top corner here, this was a trip that we qualified for at the mountain event at one of our top leaders, Jennifer Dowd, Jennifer and Darren Dowd. This was in Las Vegas at convention. This was at the mountain. Amy and I think we were counting, we've been on, I don't know, 5 or 6 trips together. This down here in the corner of us in the yellow, this was at base camp. So when you hit the rank of Ruby and you've maintained it for 3 months, you get an exclusive invitation to this 12,000 square foot cabin mansion up in Legacy Mountain in Utah, where the leaders, the CEOs, the owners, they pour into you, they cook for you, they clean for you, they carry your luggage, they like literally take care of you all weekend. So that was we earned that trip last August. And then these were just a couple pictures from convention. This was my team last year at convention. And of course, the Miss Beautiful Tina Joy Carroll. So you can see we like to have fun. And it's a really, and I wouldn't know, literally, I would know none of these people if it were not for this business, Tina included. Like Tina and I met in actually 2 companies before this. I followed her to our last company and I followed her here. So I would not know any of these people if it were not for network marketing. So this just shows you kind of what you get with Trinot. So if you were to go and start like a, brick and mortar business, you'd have to set up a website and a back office and shipping and inventory and marketing and branding and packaging and all those things. And all that is included with Trinot. Like I said before, we don't carry inventory. We have beautiful marketing. Like Tina talked about, we have a Telegram channel where if you follow any of us and see in our stories, a lot of these beautiful before and afters, it's content that's put out for you. So if you're like, I don't even know what I would post, we give you things to post so you don't even have to think about it. And then Tina, I'll let you talk about how you can join us in this business.
Absolutely. So the question I have for you is if you've heard something today that you like, then let us know that. And you thought to yourself for just a moment, I really need that product. That product would really truly help me. Then you're probably going to want to become a customer. But if you even for 1 second thought of someone else who could benefit from these products, then I want you to hear me out about the business side of this. Whether you want to do this just to make enough money to pay for your own products, or you want to dream a little bigger and you want to earn some money to be able to do more in your life, earn back your time, or pay for a nice trip or a vacation or whatever that might be, then let me tell you about the options to get started with us. First, we have our starter bundle. You heard me passionately talk about that daily health system and the Enrich because they have changed my life so much. You heard Erin go all in on those same 3 products as well because they are truly, truly life changing. So that is our starter bundle. Then we have our builder bundle. Our builder bundle has 7 of our best selling products in it. You heard us talk about all of these products. It's got the creatine, the clear protein, that Glow M powder, the For Her, the Enrich, and that daily health system. My favorite bundle is this Elite Builder bundle, and I'll tell you why. Because not only are you getting 13 of our best-selling products, including that Glow Collagen, which will change your entire life, and you briefly heard Andrea mentioned a product called Renew that is going to come in that, but so many of our other incredible products, including our Mojo, which is I like to call it our happy skinny coffee. It is a nootropic. It's going to help boost your serotonin levels. It's got an appetite suppressant in it. People, if you're a Mojo person, can you just let us know in the comments? Because the Mojo people show up in droves whenever Mojo is mentioned. And you're also going to get our hydration product called Quench. It is truly, truly just such an incredible bundle. But outside of the products, it also comes with free enrollment. So you're not going to pay that $99 enrollment fee. It's absolutely free, and you get a free ticket to our next event. You briefly heard Christine mention about the event we were all at just recently, and you're going to get a free ticket to our next event, which just so happens to be in Las Vegas at the beautiful Paris Hotel in October. So you're already going to have your ticket in place. Plus, it gives you enough volume to get you well over a third of your way to that very first rank and getting that Run to Jade bonus. So if you can pull the slides down for me, Christine, here's what I'll tell you. Being skeptical isn't going to change your life. However, if you can not be like me and go ahead and take the plunge from the first time that you hear about it, your life can look drastically different in not so very long at all. And this is why I say this, because before I got into this industry, I was a high school dropout. I was a teenage mom. I nearly drank myself to death in 2009 and 2010 and lost everything, my car, my job, my home, in the respect of nearly everyone who loved me, while I went through some severe trauma and got my life back together. And I tell you all of that because when I decided to get into this industry, it wasn't like I had people beating down the door to be partners with me in business, okay? I was able to build a business from strangers on the internet who ended up becoming like family to me. And bigger than that, the impact, the ripple effect that this business has had on tens of thousands of lives since I've said yes is truly just remarkable. Actually, one of the things that I'm just most proud of that this opportunity has afforded us is we actually get to pay for a few of our grandchildren to go to a Christian private school that simply would not have been possible had I not taken the chance on something like this. So if you had that little, I like to call it the silly belly, you know what I'm talking about? Do you may know what wee heels are and your belly feels silly when you go over a wee heel, silly belly? You know what I'm talking about? If you had that little silly belly feeling, like that gut instinct that this is it. This is what I need to do. Don't ignore that. That is actually your first brain, as Gary Fee says. That is your first brain. It's this brain that talks us out of the things that could change our life. And so, well, here's what we want you to do. We want you to get back in touch with the person that invited you to watch this video tonight and let them know that you are ready, whether it's to become a customer or to go all in with us and become an associate here. You are going to have the time of your life with us. Thank you for taking a few moments out of your night to spend it with us. And we hope that you have a great rest of your night. Good night, everyone.
Good night.